For decades, the story of human origins was remarkably clean. Textbooks mapped a single linear event, Homo sapiens stepping out of Africa exactly 60,000 years ago to populate an empty world. But the ground hasn't cooperated with that model. In recent years, the Earth has surrendered physical evidence that makes this tidy timeline difficult to maintain. The most striking contradiction was found in southern Greece, inside the Apodema cave. Researchers uncovered a skull thousands of miles from where any modern human was supposed to be. A partial cranium found in the cave possesses the unmistakable anatomical signatures of our species. Specifically, it features the distinctively rounded back that separates Homo sapiens from our closest relatives. The rock layer encasing this skull dates back 210,000 years. That places modern humans in Europe a full 140,000 years before the classic migration model allows. The Apodema skull establishes that modern humans reached the Mediterranean basin far earlier than the standard model predicts. This discovery suggests the map of our origins is a series of disconnected, ancient pulses. When our early Homo sapiens ancestors finally crossed into Eurasia, they stepped onto continents that were already occupied. Almost 2 million years ago, early members of the genus Homo, like Homo erectus, arrived in places like modern-day Georgia. They were the world's original globetrotters. These distant cousins carried highly developed technology. The Acheulean hand axe was a carefully planned, teardrop-shaped tool that required precise striking on both sides to achieve its symmetry. They also left traces of abstract thought. On the island of Java, researchers found a 500,000-year-old freshwater shell deliberately engraved with a geometric zigzag pattern. Homo sapiens followed paths cut by intelligent, tool-making relatives who had been mastering the environment for millions of years. The primary corridor connecting Africa to Eurasia is the Levant, a narrow strip of the Middle East that served as a biological crossroads for migrating species. Inside Maslia Cave in Israel, archaeologists uncovered an anatomically modern human jawbone dating back nearly 200,000 years. Alongside it, they found blades crafted using the Levallois technique. This method requires a hunter to mentally picture the final blade, carefully preparing the core stone before striking off the precise, sharp flake. Further evidence of complex behavior appears in the nearby Khafsek cave, dating to 100,000 years ago. Skeletons were found intentionally placed in the earth, sometimes holding deer antlers or marine shells, evidence of ritual burial and early belief systems. The Levant was also a site of close physical contact. The skeleton of a child found at School Cave displays a modern inner ear paired with a heavy, robust jawbone. It is biological proof of direct interbreeding between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. The Middle East functioned as a vibrant melting pot. For tens of thousands of years, different human lineages shared caves, exchanged tool designs, and mixed their genetics. Periodic climate cycles provided the physical openings for these early movements. Shifts in the planet's orbit caused massive rainfall, transforming barren deserts into lush corridors of grasslands and rivers. Around 85,000 years ago, what is now the Saudi Arabian desert was a network of lakes. Researchers there found a modern human finger bone lying right next to the fossils of hippopotamuses. Following these green pathways eastward, human populations reached deep into Asia. In southern China, archaeologists uncovered fully modern human teeth sealed beneath a rock layer older than 80,000 years, with some dates pushing 120,000 years. But these planetary cycles eventually turned. When global temperatures dropped and ice sheets grew, the rain stopped. The lush corridors turned back into impassable seas of sand. The pioneering populations trapped outside of Africa found themselves isolated. Unable to retreat or adapt to the rapidly cooling world, these groups eventually died out, leaving no direct living descendants today. The migration that finally populated the rest of the globe occurred around 60,000 years ago. All non-African people today trace their ancestry to this specific wave. This group carried Upper Paleolithic technology. They crafted tools from bone and antler and developed ranged weapons like spear throwers, giving them a survival advantage in harsh environments and against formidable prey. However, the earlier pioneers hadn't vanished entirely. Before dying out, they interbred with Neanderthals, passing on a fragment of DNA. When the successful 60,000-year wave later encountered these Neanderthals, they interbred again. The genetic echoes of those lost pioneers absorbed back into our main lineage. We are the product of a tangled, overlapping history. The genes of hundreds of thousands of years of exploration, interaction, and dead ends are still carried within us today.